Howdy folks, hope we are well. I've not done the team list yet, I'm a little bit behind, so I'm going to add the squads in. So Senior, they're not playing for Leigh, don't worry about it, I just actually need to put the proper squads in. That's my bad, pimp, that's my bad. A little bit behind, so apologies folks. So we got 2 games on today. Only one of them should be a close game. Hopefully a close game. The other one for Wire should be nice and comfortable. Hopefully. Hopefully. But you never know. This is 2025 Warrington Wolves. So we will see. Just trying to get the other game up first and then I'll put the squads in. Just to make sure I've got them both up and ready to go. Okay, that's sorted. Let's get the squads inserted. So for Leigh, they have Hodgson, Brand, Niu, Hanley, Charnley, O'Brien, Lamb, Trout, Ipape, Offahen Gawi, have I spelled that correctly? Offahen Gaue, Halton, O'Neill, and Liu. On the bench for Leigh is Hughes, Tuit, Tavake, there it is. Tui, Tavake, Davis, and McNamara. 18th man is Badrock. Okay, that's Leigh. Oh, hang on. Was that a sign-in? Jazz Tavanga joins Trinity. Interesting. Jazz Tavanga joins Trinity from 2026. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. I don't know who's here. I don't know who's messaging the chat. Let me have a quick look at the chat actually, just see if anyone's said anything. Slink is here. Good evening. A up governor to you, Alex. Hello, Kieran. Hello, Jake. Let's not do that, Alex. Let's not imagine that at all. Is my St. Helens game next week? I'm not sure. Never realised you were streaming yesterday. What's your opinion verdict on the Wigan call against Cass? I'm sure you've already talked about it. I haven't talked about it, Alex, at all, to be honest. I actually haven't said anything. I think, okay, I'm just going to say this. If people have any other questions on it, then fair enough. On the decision of the pull on, I think it was Lawler, that is the incorrect call that the video ref made. I also think that Tate's try in the corner was not a try. I think Castleford were given a try that was not a try. I don't think he actually grounded the ball on the line. I think he was short and then lost it. That's my opinion. So, Cass were screwed over by that call, but Cass also were gifted a try that I don't think was actually a try. There you go. That's my opinion. I may get some shit for that, but that's my opinion. Okay, so let's get these squads. I've got 10 minutes to go, plenty of time. So for Wigan, we have Field, Miskey, Kieran, Wardle, Marshall, Faramond, the best in the world, Dupree, another O'Neill, Thompson, and Sember, Farrell, and Ellis. On the bench is Havard, Mago, Byrne, Leeming, and then Eckersley is the 18th man. Let's get that uploaded. Leigh vs Wigan. There we go. Salford vs Warrington up next. I have no idea what kind of team Salford have available. I never know on a week-to-week basis. Okay, all right. Already recognised some solid names. So that's Briley, if I spell that correctly, B-R-I-E. Yes. Ryan. Hankinson. Masters. I'm a little bit worried because there's a lot of regulars in here. Oh, God, no. I'm getting worried. I'm getting worried. Oh, no. There's a lot of regulars in this team. I know Salford still haven't been performing well this year, but there's a lot of regulars. Oh no. Oh no. This is not looking good. I'm actually starting to get a bit worried now. Okay, Briley, Ryan, Hankinson, Masters, Connell, Nicarima, Richardson, Ormonroyd, Rob Hill, Warren, Russell, Shorrocks, Sangari, Wilson, Glover, Chant, Morgan. Okay, that's actually quite a strong lineup. Oh no. God help me. Oh. Right, Warrington. Let's have a gander, shall we? Dufty. Never catch him in Stockton Heath, I'm telling you. Thulis, Wrench, Ty. Thulis. Okay, we have Josh there and Jake there. And we have Williams, Sneed, Yates, Crowther, Vaughan, Stone, Fitzgibbon, and Curry. On the bench is Harrison, Ratchford, Philbin, and King. Interesting. I'm not particularly excited. I'm actually more worried because of the strength of Salford, but I'm not very excited with that team at all. Not much else we can change to it really, but there are some ways to make it stronger. I'm just happy there's more consistency in the spine. That's the first thing that I'm okay with. Right, I can get back to the chat real quick because that's updated. Hopefully on stream it's all good. It appears so. Alright, lovely. So back to the stream for a second. Scores for tonight, folks. Alex said 50-12 Wire. 28-24 Wigan, said Alex. If Warrington lose, I'll commit a crime. Don't do that, Dingle. Please don't do that. Can't believe no Marshall tonight. No Marshall. He was in the lineup, wasn't he? Unless they... Yeah, Marshall's in the lineup. Unless they just said that he's been taken out. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. Do you think it was a big game changer? I didn't see Wigan coming back until then. Cass was playing really well. I think the decision not to give the penalty for Lawler may have changed the game, but still, Cass got a try that they shouldn't have been given, in my opinion. So it almost kind of works out in a way. Who the best player that was good for Leigh against us last week against Leeds? The best player? Ipape was good. McNamara did well when he came on. Lamb was good. I'm not sure. In my opinion, Wigan still could have won against Cass. Would have been last second stuff. I agree. Salford have a good team? Yes, it looks like they do. Logan Lewis is back next week. I think it's next week. Yeah, Slink, I'm well aware that Salford's been struggling, but the point is they've got a great team out. Like, that's a good team on paper, so... It's still a good team on paper. I still think Warrington should win. I mean, we might still batter them, but it's a good team. Okay, all right. Thanks and no thanks, Kieran. You think you know a person. You think you're building a rapport with somebody, and then you just get Kieran to just hit you, just stab you in the back. Are you streaming the Origin Decider? Yes, I will be, Finn. Did Salford have that team last week? Good question, Dingle. I'll take a look. I know they've been finding a bit more consistency in their team as of late. I think they're still having to chop and change a little bit, but I think they've started to find some. Briley, Ryan Masters, Hangington, Vaughan, Nikrima. This is almost the same team as last week. Yeah, so there's quite a bit of consistency. In the backs, at least, I think that's the same squad back to back. So, yeah. Bit of consistency. Armstrong out wasn't great for Leigh. That's true. I forgot he was out, to be honest. I think he was mentioned in the full squad. Yeah, there you go. The thing is, though, Dingle, the more consistency they get, and they are good players, that they at some point it'll click. Oh, wait, did I not put... Oh, I thought... There we go. I will make sure I put the team up that corresponds to whoever I'm talking about at the time. I think if I do Wigan Warriors team in career mode on Rugby League 26, I'll use this starting lineup. Fair enough. Dan Russell in Salford team. Yes, Kieran. Well, we've got Sneed and Stone, they've got Russell, and they could have had Whitehead, but they chose not to. Are you just doing some of the new game content on the channel? I will be, Finn. The way I'm thinking about it is, because I get more Super League viewers for live streams, I think I would stream a League One, like starting from League One career, and then let people vote in the streams, depending like what to do with the career for live streams. And then I think video content, I think I'd do NRL based stuff, so like a career or a team in the NRL, because I think that video wise I do better for NRL, stream wise I do better for Super League. Will you do NRL season and career mode? Yeah, that would be the idea. So maybe a pro career for Super League, and then you guys can vote in the live stream on what I do. And then for video content, I would do an NRL thing where I make, a proper video series on it. Miski back after missing a few games. Yeah, he's been real solid this year. Miski. He's been real solid. Ultimate Team thing sounds good as well. Hopefully it looks alright. I guess we'll have to see how it feels, how it works. Hopefully it's good. Is pro career mode where you start as a player, and career mode is when you play as all the team? Pretty much Slink. What did you predict FC Saints? I think I went 26-12 for Saints, which feels like a slightly big margin, but I think without Price, Hull FC are going to take a slight dip for the next couple of weeks until they can start to adjust. And I think Saints, because they've played Salford twice in recent weeks, they've maybe not been taken as seriously, but I do think performance-wise, and there's evidence against Leeds that they are to be taken somewhat seriously. Stop being tight on the membership. Don't worry about it. Don't let Paul bully you into becoming a member, okay? Don't let him do that. Right. Oh, I completely forgot to pull the other game up. I completely forgot about that. Right then. So we are underway, first of all, with Salford versus Warrington Wolves. Wire kick to Salford. And then we'll start this set on their own 20. I'll play the ball. Hand it off to former wire player Chris Hill. And he'll take the next carry. Up towards the 30. Ormonroyd with the next one. Taking it over the 30. And we're underway in the other game. Lamb underneath it. Hands it off to Trout. And he's stopped behind the 10. Wigan pushing him back towards the try line. Hang on a minute. Trout already has to play the ball a metre out in front of his own try line. So Leigh with a bit of work to do. Salford coming towards the back end of their set. Shifting left with Nikarima. And there's a knock on there from... Who is that? Warren? That's a knock on from Warren. So we'll switch back over to the other game for now until we get back to wire. So Pape. Then with O'Brien. Then to... Can't tell who that is. I cannot tell. Oh, that's O'Neill. My bad. O'Neill. Leo with a carry over the 30. Last tackle in this set for Leigh. Ipape out the back to Lock and Lamb under a bit of pressure from two players. He's going to kick long. He's going to bounce once for Miskey. Pops up nicely. And he's going to start a set from his own 40. Minute gone in that game. You're not wrong, Finn. You're not wrong. So Wigan coming up to halfway now. We're just switching over to the other game. Warrington inside Salford territory, 40 metres out. Vaughan takes the next carry over Salford's 30. Crowther looking like he might be playing 80 minutes today, we'll see. But Williams left to Dufty. Cuts back towards the middle, but he's wrapped up by Dan Russell. Both Wigan and Warrington in good field position here, so I'm going to keep an eye on both of them. Just head on a swivel. Curry is going to be stopped 10 metres out. In between the sticks, there's a kick towards the back left in the other game. Brand is underneath it, but Salford will push the ball over the dead ball line, and that's going to be a goal line dropout for the Red Devils. So there's a little bit of a break there. 2.5 minutes gone. Back with Leigh versus Wigan. 2 minutes on the clock. Lock and Lamb waits at dummy half. And Niu with a massive hit takes Leigh up towards her own 30. Win percentage when scoring first. Wigan, Leeds and Leigh all 100%. Fair enough. Fair enough. Leigh Leopards now up towards her own 40. Now Liu through the middle. There's a jam in there from Smith to stop any offloads. Drop out in the other game. Recovered by Jake Thulis. Takes the ball up towards Salford's 30 or just shy of it. 3 minutes gone. And Yates will take the next carry up towards the 20. Quickly onto the other game. There's a kick through towards Wigan's try line. The whistle has blown, so there's a bit of a stoppage there. We'll switch back to Warrington. Paul Vaughan up towards the 10. Warren, great field position here. Nearly 3.5 minutes gone. Third tackle left to Sneed. There's Williams. Over the top. What a ball. Thulis in the corner. Great effort. I think Masters has got him in touch there. Absolutely worth the check, but I think Masters has stopped that. Briley, what are you doing, lad? Come on. Briley, what are you doing? Back off, son. What are you doing? No try given on field. I think that's fair. Yeah, Finn, I've got my TV here and my PC here. I've got Wigan and Leigh here, Warrington, Salford here. So back to the other game for now whilst we check the video ref. Wigan, only 40 metres out. Fireman will switch back to Adam Kieran, who is stopped on the 30. I think this is knocked on there, by the way. Yeah, that'll be no try. So, Wigan in centre field. Harry Smith gets an offload. It's juggled. Do they get a 6 again? Yes, they do. Marshall carries the ball over the 20. So, in the other game, there is a knock-on. I think that's going to be a 20-metre restart, 7-tackle set. So, Wigan, 10 metres out. Farrell taking the next carry. About 9 metres out now for the Warriors. O'Neill waits over on the left-hand side of the field at dummy half. Now with Thompson. Shifting left. Smith. Then to Wardle. Stop just short the line. Just short the line. field, a metre out, over on the left, comes back towards the middle with Smith. Then to Ellis. Stop 9 metres out, still left of the sticks. Coming up to 5 minutes. It's the fourth tackle, O'Neill. Left to field, then to Wardle, stepping again, dives over the line. We can get early points. Jake Wardle, first try of the game. Leigh can't be doing that. They can't be conceding early points. Wigan are a great team, as we know, but you can't be allowing early points. Right, so there you go. First points of the day. Switching back over to the other game. Was that not clear, Dingle? Was it not clear that I was watching both? And Jake Thewlis will recover the ball over the 10. And he's going to play this for Mark Sneed. Or actually, Matt Duffy. Actually, yeah, if you could just wait, Finn, that'd be great. Thanks. Up the Trin. Good to see you again, mate. Good to see you. I'm watching on the Sky Sports app, so it is a little bit further behind. So I'm getting it live on TV for the Wire Salford game, but I'm having to watch on the app for the other one. So penalty for Warrington. Sneed will kick into touch from the 30. He'll make 10 metres. That's absolutely awful. 5.5 minutes gone in the Salford Wire game. Oh, the score. Yeah, let me actually update that because that's important. So it's going to be 4 for Wigan. Nearly put 5 in there. Warrington, a little bit wayward. Williams collects the ball on halfway. There is a kick to come in the other game at the moment. Curry with the next carry up towards the 30 inside Salford territory. 6 minutes gone in that game. Then there's an offload from Sneed to Crowther. Carries the ball up towards the 20. Just over 6 minutes gone. Fourth tackle coming up for Warrington. 20 metres out. Now with Vaughan. Cuts back towards the left. Can he get an offload? Yes, he can for Williams. The kick is good in the other game as well. But Duffy just strolls in. The whistle is blown though. Did I miss an obstruction? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I thought I did. So that's going to be 6-0 for Wigan and likely 6-0 for Warrington. It looked really easy. I thought they'd kind of stop for a second then and completely missed how easy that walkthrough was. I'll have to see it again. Let's have a look. It's with Vaughan. Steps on his left. Oh, this was slightly earlier. Got the offload for Williams. Oh. Okay, George. All right. Showing off, are we? Right then. So that'll be 6-0 for both. Yes, Dingle. What minute is it? 7 minutes and 20 seconds gone. So back underway in the other game. 7 minutes and 20 seconds gone. Wigan up 6-0 against Leigh. In centre field now with Ellis. Takes the ball up towards the 40. There's a long kick towards the back right. Hodgson is there to collect it. He's been pretty solid, pretty reliable for Leigh. Still a bit to work on. He's a young lad. But plenty of room to grow. But already a solid player. Quite reliable as well. So exciting stuff for Leigh and their future. But Leigh in possession now towards their own 20. Lamb in centre field, waits at dummy half. He's going to hand the ball off to Tessie Niu on his right. And he takes the ball up towards the 30. Niu's been quality this year. He's been fantastic. Holton with the next carry. 8 minutes on the clock for Leigh versus Wigan. Now in centre field with Joe Offengawi. And by the way, in case people missed it, Wakefield Trinity have signed Jazz Tavanga for next year from the NRL. Interesting stuff. Very interesting. Well, switching over to the other game for now, and there's immediately a knock-on from Warrington as I do that. That's great timing. Get in. So we'll switch back to the other one, shall we? Wigan Warriors in possession, 25 metres out from their own try line. O'Neill waits at dummy half. I saw that, Finn. Very interesting. It's a big signing. Fair play to them. I wouldn't have minded him. But fair play to the Dragons. O'Neill over towards the left-hand side of the field, up towards halfway. Comes back towards the middle with Ellis, who switches back to Dupree. 9 minutes gone. Last tackle coming up for the Warriors. Inside Leigh territory. Left to Smith. Plenty of height on this kick towards the back left. Hodgson underneath it. Falls to the ground. Still behind his own 10. Takes it just over. That's a decent return. Not getting stuck in the corner. So well done, Hodgson. That's now with Milo Hanley. Takes it over the 20 for Leigh. You know, Salford in fairly decent field position here. Second tackle, 9.5 minutes gone. Russell down the right edge up towards Warrington's 10. Bit of work to do on the goal line here from Warrington. And with a lot of Salford's best players available in this game, they could be looking better offensively. We will see. Hands it off to Hill. Back to Shorrocks. Nicarima could have been through there, so that's a huge play from George Williams to slap the ball down. So Salford will get a fresh set right in front of Warrington's try line. This could be spicy. This could be very spicy. Switching back to the other game for now, really quickly. Leigh, about 35 metres out, and they get a penalty as well. So Leigh are going to be in great field position inside the red zone with a fresh set. So Salford and Leigh, great chance to answer back. It's going to be Salford with the first chance here off the back of a scrum, 10 metres out in centre field. Nicarima's going to feed the ball in. It's out the back. They go left. Then across. Stopped 9 metres out. Salford over on the left-hand side of the field. Nicarima on his right to Warren. Takes the ball straight up. Off Ngawi takes the ball for Leigh. About 7 or 8 metres out. Back with Salford in possession at dummy half now in centre field with Chris Hill. Carries it towards the line. He's stopped in front of the left post. Both games are close. Both games are very close. Salford shifting right. Shorrocks. It's across to Masters, but there is an interception for Marshall. He is... Did he pick... Okay, he wasn't looking as quick as usual. But Wigan up towards Leigh's 30. Great chance for Wigan here. Farrell shifting right to Smith. Launches it to Adam Kieran. He's got Niu. Cuts back on his right foot. Then across to Miskey. Cuts on his right foot. He's stopped 9 metres out. Okay. And there's going to be a scrum for Leigh. What was it? A forward pass? It is. Where? Okay, I mean, it probably was forward. I've seen worse than that. I've seen a lot worse than that. Normally Marshall's away. Was he not? Normally Marshall's... If you told me that Marshall gets an interception with no one in front of him, I'm putting the house on that as a try. Fair enough, Hodgson, for recovering. So, back to the game real quick. Oh yeah, that was ridiculous, Finn. That was ridiculous. Warrington now off the back of the penalty up towards halfway with a fresh set. Is he playing with an injury? I think he might be. Leigh currently up towards their own 20. Ipape hands the ball off to Trout. Selected for the England training squad. We'll see if he gets in the actual squad when we get towards the back end of the year. So on their own 30, Ipape will then hand the ball off to Leigh in centre field, then to Offengawi. Holds on his outside but doesn't use him. Switching back to Warrington, there is a quarterback pass from Thulis to Williams, and just every time I keep switching over, it's just another mess up. But Leigh in great field position. Holton, 35 metres out. Opinion on Charlie Rumours and him coming back to Warrington? I don't want him. I hear we're trying to get McDonald, Nenny McDonald. I'd rather have him because we're just getting too many players that we don't need. But McDonald's at least versatile and we keep getting injuries, so he can fill more roles. He can fill fullback, centre and wing. So if we're going to get somebody else, I'd rather get Nenny McDonald instead of Charnley. But Jay Field, bit of room to run, gets the ball to Miskey, who's then up towards the 40 and just over it. Now a junior in Semba in centre field, nearly drops the ball. It's a massive hit from Offengari and Trout. Then with Farrell in possession, up towards halfway. O'Neill waits in centre field at dummy half. Salford also in decent field position as well. Now with Dupree inside Leigh territory. Now with Farriman, and that's another forward pass called. Bloody hell. Mistakes in both of these games at the moment. It's not been particularly clean. Back to Salford now in possession, 30 metres out. Good opportunity for them. Still plenty of tackles to go in this set. 14.5 minutes gone. Crowther and Yates with a tackle in centre field. Now shifting right, Shorrocks. And there's a switchback. Recovered by Russell. Almost drops the ball. And that's a penalty against Warrington. So Salford will get a fresh set right in front of Wise try line again. Who's the best Everton striker you could sign for Leeds on FC 25? Stats-wise, is Calvert-Lewin not best stats-wise? I mean, I think Beto's probably fine to use. I'm a personal fan of Chimiti. I think he's IRL probably the most exciting prospect we've got at striker, but I don't know. They're all within the same range, really, but Beto's probably the best option. So Salford, 5 metres out, in centre field, left to Shorrocks. Almost loses possession there, I think. But he's stopped. Now about 3 or 4 metres out. Leigh also in great field position. So it's now with Rob on his right to Hill. He's going to carry the ball himself through the middle. Gets an offload for Rob. He dinks the ball towards the back right. Who is there? Thulis is there. He's going to be under pressure, wrapped up inside the in-goal area, taking over the dead ball line. So back to the other game. Coming up to 16 minutes of Pape. Dinks the ball through. Holton's chasing. I think that's a knock-on from Holton. Absolutely worth a check, but I think that's a knock-on. Of course I do, Joshua. Of course I do. No try given on field for the video referee to check. I think that's probably the right call. So back to the other game. There's been a dropout from Warrington. They went long. The kick from Salford was from Rob. Now Salford in possession. Shifting right with Dan Russell. Masters. Now with Richardson. Shorrocks. Then to Nicarima. His brother potentially on the way to Warrington, but there's an offload and interception from Geordie Crowther. He plays it for Williams. Hands it off to Roderick Tye. And he'll carry the ball over Warrington's own 30. Of course, Alfie. I did. I did indeed. Connor Wrench with a strong carry over halfway. Crowther. Then to Vaughan. Gets an offload for Dufty. Dufty around one. Being chased by Richardson. Oh, that's a great tackle by Richardson. And then Ryan's there to help out. Quick play the ball. Left to Williams. We've got the numbers over the top to Thulis. Just too much on it. Just too much. So close yet so far. Tracy, good to see you again. Good to see you. Welcome. Almost. So back to the other game. Wigan up to their own 30. Ellis in centre field carries the ball 5 metres upfield. Then offloads it to Thompson. Stopped just short of their own 40. Now with Field, left to Wardle. Good metres down the left-hand side from Wigan up towards Lee's 30. Third tackle, coming back towards the middle. Smith. Now with Havard. Is that Havard? It is. O'Neill, left to Smith. On the fourth tackle, chips the ball towards the back left. Hodgson underneath it. Takes it cleanly, possibly tackled in the air, and that's what some of the Leigh players were complaining about. So Leigh stuck behind their own 10 at the moment, but Warrington only 10 metres out, 18 minutes gone in the wire game. Great chance to hit double digits. I feel like we should do with the amount of pressure we've got at the moment. Stone, boos from the crowd. Understandable. Crowther scoots from dummy half and loses the ball. Well done, Geordie. Back to the other game. Ipape? Was there an offload there? I think I just missed that. But it's come up to the last tackle. Leigh's only made it 25 metres out from their own try line. It's with Lamb. Out the back, has to kick long under a bit of pressure. Already recovered on the 40 by Field. Switches back to Miskey. So Wigan start a fresh set from halfway. So this is already great field position to start a set for Wigan. Can they hit double digits? Do you go to any Warrington away games? The last one I went to was the Challenge Cup semi-final. I've not been to... I think the last one before that was Wembley last year. But I kind of decided I don't really want to... I do want to go to away games, but I thought it's a good reason to stream more wire games. But I do want to go to an away game this year. I'm thinking of going to the away game at Leigh in a few weeks' time. So Wigan on the last tackle. Hodgson underneath it is stopped just over the try line. Well done, Hodgson. Or did he catch it in the in-goal area? Yes, he did. So that's going to be a 20 metre restart. 7 tackle set. Takes it just short of 30. Over in the other game. Salford 15 metres out. Shorrocks out the back. Then across to Warren. Oh, thought he dropped it for a second there. The pass from Rob. He waits at dummy half. 10 metres out. Left of the sticks. Goes left to Nikarima. Across to Hankinson. Stop 5 metres out. 20 minutes gone in that game. So they've at least got Warrington behind their own 10 at the moment. So if they can build a bit of pressure, Salford might be able to do a bit of damage in a few sets' time. We will see. Who should we stick with? Are you streaming the FC game? Yes, I will be. I will be. And that's a knock-on from Holton in the other game. So there's a bit of a stoppage in the other game for now. So we'll switch back over to Salford Warrington. Third tackle for the Wire. Currently 15 metres out from their own try line. Vaughan in possession. Up towards the 20. I think he was fantastic last week. Plays with a Crowther on the 20. They go short side left. Williams cuts back towards the middle. Skips past one. Still moving. Now coming up to the last tackle. 21 minutes gone. Out the back to Sneed. Under pressure from Chris Hill. And that's not a great kick from Mark Sneed. He's going to bounce plenty of times. Eventually recovered by, I think that's Ryan. Is it Ryan? I can't tell. No, it is not. It's Connolly. Connell? Connell. Nailed it first time. Salford coming up towards halfway. Chan takes it into Warrington territory. 21.5 minutes gone. Over to the Wigan game at the moment. O'Neill now shifting left with Smith. Pops up to Farrell. 15 metres out. Wigan with a great opportunity here. 2 more tackles to go. O'Neill over on the left. On his right to Smith. On his right to Havard. Plays it in centre field. 5 metres out. O'Neill on his right to Faramond. Dinks the ball through. Kieran is there. He dabs it through himself. Bit of a mess, but it's recovered by Liu. And in the other game, there's a bit of a mess here. Salford with a great chance. Bit of space and numbers on the right-hand side. Looks slightly forward there to Ryan. Almost in. Ryan puts the ball down, and that's going to be a try for Salford. Okay. Excellent. Great. Okay. Right then, so on to the other game real quick. Wigan will play the ball with 22 minutes on the clock. What's been the issue today for Wire? Just a few too many penalties and dropping the ball a little bit too much. So I don't think it's anything to do with performance necessarily. There's literally been like 1 or 2 more moments that are just slightly more accurate and, were a little bit more comfortable in this game. So I'm not worrying as much as Dingle is at the moment. I'm not worrying that much. But Wigan now firmly inside Leigh territory with the last tackle coming up now in centre field. Havard's going to play this for Cruz Leeming. Gives it to Harry Smith on his left. Chips towards the back left. Brandon underneath it. Takes it cleanly. He's now dragged back about 8 or 9 metres out from his own try line. It is only 6-4 in the other game. But I have not... I've given them the kick, even though they've not got it yet. I probably should have waited because it's not an easy one. Yeah, just to be clear, by the way, Salford have scored a try in, like, aside from last week, they've scored a try in each of their last 4 or 5 games before that. So, chill. Let's just chill. Okay? Plus, they've got a really strong team out today. And a bit of consistency from last week. So, Niu actually gets a great offload to Charnley. Really good hands. Charnley is shifting. How are you not giving that? How are you not giving that? He's tackled on the last. Plays of a Lamb. That is plays for Epape. That is definitely forward to Lamb. I think that was called forward as well. It was. Yes, good call. Good call. So it's going to be a play the ball for Wigan. Just over 20 metres out. Just to be clear, Samarito, multiple teams in recent weeks have also conceded against Salford. And look at the team, Samarito. They are good players. Briley, Ryan, Hankinson, Masters, Nicarima, Richardson, Ormonroyd, Hill, Russell, Shorrocks, Sangari, Wilson, Chan. They're top level players. Yeah, but Samarito, other games have been close. Like, Salford have kept teams scoreless for 20 minutes. And they've kept games close for 20 minutes, 30 minutes. This is not that different from some other Salford games this season. It's really not that different. Right, Salford have a scrum. Whereabouts do they have this scrum? Is it on halfway? Yes, it is on halfway. It's now with Briley. Short side right to Masters. He carries it over Warrington's 40. Now with Briley over on the right-hand side. Nearly skips past Philbin. 15 metres out. Now with Shorrocks. Then out the back to Richardson. Then to Nicarima. Across to... That was Hankinson, I think. Nicarima. 10 metres out. Richardson switches back to Shorrocks. And they missed the kick, by the way. I forgot to change that. Oh, but they're going to penalty, so they'll take the 2, most likely. Works out. So yeah, penalty for Salford. They will take the 2 to equalise. We're 27 minutes on the clock, so I'll switch back to the other one. Field in possession. He's stopped about 26, 27 metres out. Leeming in centre field, waits a dummy half. Looks left, but then goes right to Nsembe. He cuts back towards the middle. Carries it over the 20, gets an offload for Cruz Leeming. Tries to get past one. He gets an offload before the ball carrying arm touches the ground. Smith switches back to Farrell. He's now 15 metres out, takes us up towards the 10 metre line. So he's now 6-6 in the other game. Ellis out the back to Faramond. Then across the field, trying to skip around one, gets it to Miskey. Thought that was forward for a second then, but Miskey is slow to get up. On paper, this is one of the best teams they've put out. It's just the moral of the team losing players and not getting paid. If Why doesn't win catastrophe. Yeah, I think people are kind of making a bit of a mountain out of a molehill with this one at the moment, to be honest. But there was a kick through from... I kind of just missed that for a second. Let me see. 20-metre restart for Leigh. Currently 6-0 down against Wigan. They've had some decent field position lead, but they've not been able to come up with anything yet. They've had a line break with Charnley earlier. He should have given the ball inside to... Was it Hodgson's support? I think it was. He should have given that ball, but he didn't. It's now with Hodgson. Oof, knocks Nsemba onto his backside. Nsemba doesn't look good, though. Nsemba is not looking good. Oof. Okay. Is there a 40-20 in the other game? There's a 40-20 for Salford. That's quality. There is. So there's a head knock for Nsemba. The game has stopped in that one. Salford have a 40-20. Went over the head of Jake Thulis. Well. Is he okay? I don't know. He's still... For me at the moment, he's still down, getting treated. He looks okay. I'm sure he'll be he might have to go off for HIA. Salford, 10 metres out. Shifting right now in Masters. 29.5 minutes on the clock. You can imagine someone might look for a one-pointer soon. Sneed is normally all over that. So only 3 or 4 metres out. They play it right at the sticks. And there's a penalty for Salford. Are they going to take an 8-6 lead here? It's going to be 30 minutes. Are they going to go for 2? John Wells saying that they shouldn't take the 2. They are going to go for 2. Salford will take the 2. So, back to the game for now. Leigh, 35 metres out. Now just short of the 30, with Davis taking the next carry. O'Brien hands it off to Hanley. Now only 20 metres out. Inside the red zone. Last tackle for the Leopards. McNamara. Over on the right. On his left to O'Brien. Now with Hughes. Then Lamb. Dinks the ball towards the back left. Miskey and Field both there to recover it. Bounces up nicely for Field, but he's taken over the dead ball line, and that's going to be a repeat set for Leigh most likely. And Salford possibly taking an 8-6 lead. Will they? Yes, they will. That's an 8-6 lead for Salford. Warrington just needs to clean up the penalties out of possession and the mistakes in possession. So if Warrington can just clean things up, we should be okay. But the problem is with Warrington, once we start getting into the rhythm of like mistakes like this, when we get the yips, that's what they call it, when they get the yips, unfortunately, we don't do very well at stopping them. And I'll go back to... I'll stick with this one for now, actually, yeah. I'll stick with this one. So Leigh only 40 metres out. Have Salford won a half this season? Possibly. I know they've beaten Huddersfield this year. So Leigh 30 metres out. Lamb goes left to Niu. Goes past Kieran and goes past Thompson as well. Niu still moving. Gets an offload as well for McNamara. Leigh with a great chance. He's stopped just over the 10. And there's a knock backwards from Davis. Hodgson skips past one. He's stopped 5 metres out. Great chance for Leigh. Left of the sticks. They pass it off to Leo. He loses possession. It's recovered by Kieran. Now with Jack Faramond. Trying to get around Davis. He does. He has got support on his inside if he can get the ball off to him. Leu's there to help. So is Lamb. Good recovery from Leigh. That is excellent recovery. Up towards Leigh's 30. Quick play the ball now with Leeming in centre field. Now on Leigh's 30. He loses possession. It's recovered by Hughes. Bit of room to run up towards halfway. Barges over Jay Field. So Leigh inside Wigan territory, and now back to Warrington, only 40 metres out. Crowther in centre field, right to Sneed, then to Philbin. Carries it up towards the 30. So 33 minutes gone in the Wire Salford game. Plays for Crowther, now Curry. He's going to go himself, offloads to Harrison. And there's a try for Warrington. They retake the lead. Lovely stuff. See, just a bit of cleanliness, completing a set. And Warrington will retake the lead. There we go. Right then. So it's 10-8 with a kick to come, but it's close enough to the sticks that they should get it. Let's have a look at this one real quick. Was there a knock-on for Leigh? Let's read the chat real quick. Will Salford Red Devils be demoted or Huddersfield Giants be demoted as well from the Betfred Super League? Jimmy, it depends on the IMG grades. No team will be demoted or relegated if they finish last. It depends purely on the IMG grades. There is a chance that they'll be demoted purely on the grades, but we'll have to see. Can't cope when a team gets in a roll on us. Hold on in there. That's what was good about last year, because we were doing exactly that. Only lasted a year, Lord Typical Wire. I think people are worrying a little bit too much about this one. Salford over 8.5 points is 2.75. I've just put 250 quid on my balance. Interesting. Interesting, Samarito, but best of luck to you. Best of luck. You'd imagine Salford will probably put some more points on the board, but we will see. So, Wigan are in possession 30 metres out. Left to Smith on the last tackle. He's going to dink the ball towards the back left. Bit of height on this one. I think it's knocked on by Brand. Maybe not. I think he's saying backward. Ooh. Almost high there from Mago. Bit of a mistake here. Hanley comes up with possession or just keeps hold of it. 33.5 minutes gone in the Leigh-Wigan game. Now with Hodgson. Takes it over the 20. Then with Liu in centre field up towards the 30. Plays it for McNamara. It's got Davis on his right, but he knocks on from a massive hit. Jesus. Who is that? Who is that? Oh, that's Byrne. I believe Warrington bound Liam Byrne. Fair enough. For next year, anyway, I believe. That's going to be... Or offside. Is it offside or is it a knock-on? It's a Wigan penalty. There we go. I haven't got the sound on for the Wigan League game, by the way, so that's why I'm not too sure. I will go to the other game for now. There's 4 minutes to go. Salford have possession just over 40 metres out with the last tackle coming up. Now on the right with Danny Richardson. Been a bit of a thorn in Warrington's side over the last few years, regardless of who he plays for. But Jake Thewlis will recover the ball over Warrington's 20. And he's going to play this for Mark Sneed over on the left-hand side of the field. Kieran is going to go for a 2-point conversion, by the way, to make it 8-6 for Wigan. But that is a penalty for Warrington on the 20. And we'll get a fresh set further up the field. Warrington have a fresh set on halfway. Keep an eye on this Kieran penalty as well. So there's a tap from... Is that Wrench? Yes, it is. Takes it up towards Salford's 40. Good carry. "35 metres out, Crowther, left to Sneed. Out the back to Williams, then across to Connor Wrench. I threw this on his outside, but he's eventually wrapped up 20 metres out. And the penalty from Kieran is good, so that's going to be 8-0. Back to the other game, third tackle, Dufty in possession. Shifting towards the left-hand side. Fourth tackle for Warrington. Inside the red zone, or just about to reach the red zone. Sneed. On the back to Williams. He's going to dink the ball towards the back right. There's a chase from Ty and Thulis. Briley under pressure. He's going to be tackled in goal. And that's a good kick there from Williams. It's a really good kick, actually. Nicely done. So that is going to be 8-0 for Wigan off the back of a penalty. And from the kickoff, it's out on the full. So Wigan already in great field position. So penalty from halfway, and they'll start a fresh set 35 metres out. So they can already hit double digits. Leigh need to start getting something going soon. If they can score points before the half, that'll be great for Leigh. But they're not... It's been a good few sets since they've looked like scoring. Just popping in say hello back in the UK, so making the most of the cheap air. Oh, nice. Very nice, LG. Welcome back. Wigan, just over 10 metres out, centre field with Smith, out the back to Fireman, switches back to Thompson. Now 3 or 4 metres out. There's also a mistake from Sneed. And there's a minute to go in the Salford Warrington half. Sneed is not happy with himself at all. It's with Farrell, bit of room to run. He stopped 5 or 6 metres out. Now with Leeming, switches back to Mago. He gets an offload. Ends up all the way in the hands of Marshall. He now cuts back towards the middle. Wants to kick the ball through. It is played out as he kicks it, but it ends up in the hands of O'Neill. So, honestly, it's a bit of a mess in both games, really. I don't think any of these 4 teams have been particularly clean. It's not been great performances from anyone. So Leigh up towards their own 20. Salford up towards their own 40. So there's 12, 11, 10 seconds left in the half. Chris Hill up towards halfway, gets an offload. No one's looking. Rob recovers it. Flicks it back to Nicarima. And that's going to go into touch. So that's going to be half-time in the Salford Warrington game. So with a minute 45 to go, behind the 40, Lamb kicks towards the back. No, he doesn't. Looked like he was aiming that way, but it went straight through the middle towards field. So it's half-time. 12-8 for Warrington. Wigan coming up to their own 40 now with Marshall. 1 minute 20 to go for me in this game. Leeming carries up towards halfway. Wigan could look to go for 1. Could just make it a little bit awkward. They don't need to go for 1, but I think they could do. Farrell then takes it up towards the 30. Leeming, now with a minute to go. A few more tackles left. Thompson up towards the 20. Great chance for Wigan. Now Farriman in centre field. Left to Smith. Chips the ball over the top. Marshall's not really there to chase it. And that's going to go over the dead ball line. So Leigh, with a 7-tackle set, 40 seconds to go, will have final say in this half. So are they going to go for it? They're just going to see out the half. Let's see what Leigh do here. It's going to be Charnley with the first carry. Makes about 5 or 6 metres. 20 seconds to go. They'll get about 3 plays absolute maximum here. Holton up towards the 30. They could do with an offload. 12 seconds to go. Now 10. Anything from Leigh here? They're going to have a go at all. Liu. Then out the back to O'Brien. He's just going to get wrapped up. And they're not really going to go for anything here. And that's going to be half-time. There we go. So half-time in both games. Leigh Leopards 0. Wigan Warriors 8. And we have Salford Red Devils 8. Warrington Wolves 12. Why mistakes when we've had the ball in pressure for a while? No ruthlessness. Yeah, I think if Warrington just out of possession, a few too many penalties. In possession, a few too many mistakes. So, you know, clean that up and I think we'll be okay. If Salford find themselves in good field position and they do put up points, it doesn't feel that like a lot of people would find it embarrassing on our behalf. I personally don't think it's that embarrassing because I rate that team quite highly. So personally, I'm not embarrassed by it. And trust me, you guys know that sometimes I'm not happy about stuff. You guys know this. But It's not as embarrassing as other people think it is for Warrington, because it's a good team. Think Leigh are going to do anything? Also, which game is more entertaining? Honestly, Salford Warrington's more entertaining at the moment. But in terms of can Leigh are they going to do anything? Yes, I think Leigh will do something. I'm not sure when. I've got a feeling they will, but I'm not sure when. Impressed or disappointed by the England squad? I'd probably have to say disappointed. There's nothing in there that impresses me, unfortunately, so it'd have to be disappointment. Don't think the Canberra half will replace Williams, maybe Jackson Hastings, but he's getting on a bit. What do you mean, Kevin? The Canberra half? Do you mean the Dolphins? Is Nicholson English? Yes, he is, Samarito. He should be back for round 22 in the NRL. Did Sam Walker get England call up? They've not selected anyone from the NRL, only because of ease of access, because they'll still be doing the season. Don't think the Dolphins half will replace Williams. I'm 50-50 on that because I don't really know. I don't know if Nikorima is going to come here or not. The thing is, at that point, if the Dolphins get Williams, they'll have 4 halfbacks. They'll have Katoa, Nikorima, Williams, and O'Sullivan. I would happily take Nikorima or O'Sullivan. We're not getting Katoa. He's potential world-class star of the future. So we ain't getting Katoa. So it's either Nikorima or O'Sullivan. I'll take one of those two. Is there any good English in NRL? Is it all Aussie? Well, you got Smithies. You got Radley. You got Max King, but he's now ineligible because he played State of Origin. You've got AJ Brimson is eligible. You've got Matty Nicholson. He was great this year for the Raiders. He was fantastic until he picked up his injury. Oh yeah, Herbie Farnworth, of course. Is Herbie Farnworth in the squad because he's one of the best centres in the NRL? He's not in the training squad, Kevin, just because... so no NRL players are in this training squad just because of ease of access for training. Dominic Young, oh yeah, forgot about him. So yeah, there's a good handful. There's a real good handful. Kai Pearce-Paul, yeah, I forgot about him. He's been doing better with the Knights. It is the Knights, isn't it? Oh, he's at the Tigers. Is he at the Tigers now or next year? I need to put this fan on, by the way. If you guys can hear it really loudly, I apologise. He was at the Knights at the start of the season. I'm not sure if he's gone to the Tigers now or for next year. Seems like you know your rugby league players. Good job. Thank you, Jimmy. I do my best. I sometimes I'm a little bit off, but I do my best to at least try and keep up with it as much as I can. Championship and League One and New South Wales and Queensland Cup. Don't bother asking me. I've got no idea. But I try and stay up to date as much as I can. Victor Radley, shame he's having problems. Is he injured at the moment? Savagander. But yeah, there's a few over in Australia that we've got a good list of options. Let's have a look. Who was I looking for? I've just completely forgotten who I was going to look for. Radley, that's the one. Roosters. Victor Radley, concussion, round 19. So next week. Victor Radley's back next week. That's all right. Sam Walker's back round 20, so we'll have to see what happens with him. I'd like to know what his where his allegiances lie. That would be good to know ahead of time. Shame about Luke Metcalf for the Warriors, though. He's out for the entire season. He was massive for them this year. And who's the other one? Who was the other one I was going to look at? Was it Matty Nicholson? Yes, it was. Canberra Raiders, just to make sure it is round 22. Yes, round 22. Is there anyone else? Don't think so. Cody Nikorima, for any Warrington-related stuff, is back round 23-24, so he should get a few weeks back in. Okay. Okay. Who's that one guy from that one team with the red in the kit? That's a great question, Alex. I think if you can find any way to be more specific, I might be able to answer that one. Hope Kangaroos put out quality. I want to see Cleary, everyone. I'm exactly the same, Samarito. I want to see everyone. The absolute best that they can bring, I want to see it. I don't want any of this garbage about Australia bringing their B team or C team. I don't want any of that. I want their absolute finest. Matty Nicholson is so underrated. Since he's been in the NRL, I think he's been fantastic. Really unfortunate he had that injury, but he got into the starting team after a couple of weeks, scored a couple of tries, kept his spot, and he's been doing a real solid job. Thoughts on Papali'i coming out of Origin retirement for the decider? I think good on him for getting the call up, by the way. I think he deserves it. I think Corey Horsburgh deserved it slightly more at the Raiders, because I think Horsburgh's been doing a great job. He's one of the best, or one of the more informed props this year. He should have been given some game time. But Papali'i, I think, has also deserved a chance, so I'm glad he's got it. I think there's other players around the league that have deserved time as well, but it's like, who do you give it to and when do you give it to them? Like Matt Burton, I think, deserved game time, but do you put him in over Moses in game 1? Do you put him in over Luai in game 1 and game 2? I think Ryan Pappenhausen has been quality this season, but do you put him in over Edwards? It's difficult. It's really difficult. Apparently Australia haven't sorted anything out on their side for the Ashes yet, considering there's 3-4 months to go. Yeah, so Brad Fittler, was he talking about that? Yeah, I think they'll sort something out. They will sort something out. If they're not taking it... This is the thing that bothers me, right? If they're not taking it seriously, and then, let's say they lose the series, then they're going to start coming up with the excuses like, oh, we didn't even take our A team, you know, didn't take some of our best players, we didn't really prepare for the Ashes. And then sometimes, there are some that have used the excuse, oh, like the Panthers didn't try against Wigan, the Panthers didn't try against Saints, like in the World Club Challenges. At what point do you have to say, well, maybe you're just not good enough? At what point is the NRL just not good enough compared to Super League? Because based on evidence, okay, maybe you're not trying, maybe you're not preparing well enough, but you're still taking L's, so you've got to show up. You've actually got to show up. Where's a single or double digit on his back? Can't remember. I don't... That doesn't help. It doesn't help, Alex. So who's that one guy from that one team with the red kit? Okay, let's go through the NRL teams. Who's got a red kit? Broncos, red-ish. Dolphins are in red. Seagulls are red-ish. It's burgundy. Knights have blue, red and white. Rabbitohs have green and red. St George have white and red. Roosters have red, white and blue. So, does that help at all? Any of it? Yeah, you're thinking of the Hammer, Alex? The fullback? Hammer Sotaboy Fidel? You're thinking of him, by any chance? Or you're thinking of an English guy? Let's have a look at the chat. I think I missed some here. Wigan Warriors have put rib ticklers in. Okay. Papali'i is threatening though, like, and New South Wales are like, oh shit. Yeah, I think Queensland did a fantastic job in the forwards last week. They were much improved in Game 2 compared to Game 1. It's a massive turnaround. Cade Cuss deserves a call up. Of course. Of course. in Australia they'll blame the English refs so they can't, so they ain't bringing anyone over. I don't mind playing it over there. The way I see it is, the only way I'm looking at this game right now, or the series, sorry, right now, is I want us to get better over here. So I need us to play the best Australian team that they've got, because I want to see where we're at compared to the best in the world, and two, to see where we can learn and improve. So I just really want them to bring the best they've got. He's definitely from a country, can't remember which one. Right. Splendid. Surprised they've given Klein the ref job for the decider after the first 2 games. I think I like the idea of it being the same ref, because I think it potentially it keeps some consistency in terms of potential decision makings or how the flow of the game goes and some of the nuances, but some of the calls have just been way off. Like way off. Let's have a look. Salford are about to get us back underway in a second. Can you guys hear this fan, by the way? Don't know if you can or can't. But we are back underway. Salford kick to Warrington. Philbin in possession, takes it over the 10. 4 defenders to wrap him up. Okay, it sounds like there's a slight buzz from the fan, but nothing crazy. Okay. So back into the swing of things. Curry with the next carry. Takes it over the 40 inside Warrington territory. Crowther waits at dummy half. That's alright then, Finn. That's alright. Fitzgibbon with the next carry. Or does he take it over the 30? I thought it was the 40, but I think that's now the 30. I like that, Rob. The same referee for all 3 games. I'd be happy with Klein. Yeah, I think that's... I can understand that for a series. If you got the same ref for a 3-game series, I think it makes sense, but it's just kind of about getting the right calls. That's the thing. If he's messed up so much in game 1 and game 2, it doesn't fill many people with excitement for game 3. But a kick on the last from Warrington, and it's going to be a 20-metre tap and a 7-tackle set for Salford. So, not good. Not good. Oh, they want to play trumpet to the AJ Bell, do they? Do they? Alright then. Salford, down the left edge of the field. Now in centre field, up towards halfway. With, I think that's Masters. Up towards Warrington's 40. 3rd tackle, so good few tackles left for Salford in this set, and they're in good field position. They take this just short of Warrington's 30. I'm going to yawn, sorry folks. Robert goes left to Nicarima. He's then stopped by Stone, and that's going to be a high tackle. Of course it is. Of course it is. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I knew that was going to happen. Is Samarito about to get... Samarito's about to win his bet. Samarito's about to win his bet. Oh. Oh. He's about to do it. He's about to do it. No, it's just a penalty, but they're going to go for 2. I think given that Warrington's been really ill-disciplined today, I think that's actually a smart move. Like, normally you'd say, why are you going for 2 when you're 4 points down? But given that Warrington's been really ill-disciplined, that's actually a smart move. Can teams change tactics mid-half like football? Or are they stuck with whatever at half-time? Like, how would the ref tell them? The conversion or the penalty is also good. What do you mean by the ref telling him, Alex? So it's going to be Salford 10, Warrington 12. Let's get this added on. Joshua is back. Can a coach change anything? That'd be a great question. That could have been something to ask in my interview. Next time I have an interview, I'll ask a player. Next time I've got an interview. My understanding would be yes, but it's more about little things like maybe instead of kicking towards the back left, they'll kick towards the back right or down the middle. Maybe they'll try and spread the ball earlier in the tackle count. And there's an offload here for Salford. Nicarima with a bit of room to run. Launched it over the top, knocked backwards by Roderick Tye. Recovered by Dufty. Okay, we're also back underway in the other game real quick, just to make sure we stay up to date with that one. Leeming up to halfway on the last tackle, left to Harry Smith. Drills the ball low. Recovered by Hodgson on his own 10. And takes up to the 20. From what I understand, they can, but it's hard to get the message down from the coach or the assistant, and then onto the pitch via physios or the yellow trainers. Yeah, it's difficult to do. There's like little notes. I think they'll give some notes, but nothing crazy. Like sometimes it might just be, let's just, rather than trying to force anything, the next like 3 or 4 sets, let's just get to the end of the set, end of the kick. Like that's it. Sometimes it's like really simple stuff and nothing detailed. Salford under a bit of pressure here. They do have possession, but just behind their own 10. We've had 5.5 minutes gone in the second half. Close the gap to 2 off the back of the penalty. Ryan shifting towards the left. Takes it over the 10, almost finding half a break there. Could have been a 6 again, but it's not. So now with Warren, takes it over the 20. Third tackle coming up for Salford. In the other game at the moment, Miski is brought down on his own 20. Now with Kieran. Takes the ball just short of the 30, plays for Jay Field. Hands it off to Miski. He's stopped just on the 30, but he gets an offload. Some players just ball watching. Now with Marshall. Decent meters up towards the 40. Now with Smith. Switches back to Farrell. Last tackle for Salford. Danny Richardson will kick towards the back right. Jake Thillis underneath it. Catch the ball near the left touchline. Skips past 1. Returns it up towards the 20. Almost high from Chris Hill. Jake Thewlis will play this ball for Sneed on the 20. He then hands the ball off to Josh Thewlis. Gains about 7 or 8 metres there, so not too bad. In the other game, there's a kick towards the back left. Hodgson just takes it cleanly enough behind his own 10. Recovers it over the 10. Wrapped up by 4 defenders. So Leigh, 15 metres out from their own line. Bit of ground to make up, but for Warrington, only 35 metres out. 4th tackle, Ben Curry takes it over the 30. Can he get an offload? No, he can't. 25 metres out. There's a great carry. Crowther wants to play the ball. Briley is also down for Salford. There's a chip over the top from, I think that's Williams. Bounces once nicely for Dufty. Trying to get over the line. Almost. Oh, just stopped a foot short of the line. Almost. Are we really checking this? What are we looking at? Or has the clock just stopped? Maybe checking for who the knock-on was from? Maybe? I don't know. If there was. That is the score, Peter. That is the score. So, just want to... Who's to switch over to? Just want to see what's happening in the Salford Wire game. I think Salford have possession. If they do, I'll switch back. It looks like Briley's going off for Salford. Who's got the ball? I want to see if Salford's got the ball. I'll just stick to the other game for now. I think it was Dingle. I don't know if someone knocked on and we'll get a fresh set. I'm not too sure. But Wigan have possession, now up towards Leigh's 40. 4.5 minutes gone in the Leigh-Wigan game. Sorry, second half in that game. Thompson with the next carry up towards the 30. So it's Salford play the ball inches in front of their own try line, so they're under pressure. Are you concerned about the Salford game? Nope. I'm not confident, but I'm not concerned. My Pete's not happy. Pete's not happy at all. Leigh then carry the ball up towards their own 30, and there's a... We give away a penalty. Fitzgibbon getting into an absolute ruckus. Lachlan... It does frustrate me when a player is better at instigating fights than he is at instigating change in a game. Fitzgibbon needs to sort that out. It gets right on my nerves. Leigh in possession, 30 metres out. McNamara hands the ball off to Davis. Leigh only 25 metres out with a few tackles to go in this set. McNamara on his left to Liu. Out the back to Lachlan Lamb. Still going left. I think that's knocked down by Wigan. Faramond is going to chase down by Lamb. No whistle's been blown yet. I don't think. And there's a there's a bit of a kerfuffle in the Leigh game, but there's half a chance here for... I don't think it really works that way, Samarito. I don't think it works that way. So, 15 metres out. Shorrocks, now with Richardson. Out the back to Masters. Thulis, or Jake Thulis trying to wrap him up. Shrugs him off. Now stopped on the 10. 10 metres out. Richardson. There's a kick through. Recovered by Dufty. He's stopped 3 or 4 metres out from the try line. Yeah, it was a bit of a weird one from Lamb. I think he was possibly frustrated from something earlier in the play. Massive hit from Rob onto Wrench. What's going on here? What is going on? Dufty's not happy about something. So we've got stoppages in both games at the moment. Things kicking off. But is actually a scrum for Leigh, 20 metres out. McNamara, right to O'Brien. Pops it up to Hanley. He's now brought down on the 10. It is still Warrington's ball, but there was a bit of a mess going on, so the clock was stopped. Leigh are 10 metres out. O'Brien switches back to Hughes. He then takes it just over the 10. He's pushed back slightly onto it. And then it's with Holton. Now 5 metres out. Now Ipape. In centre field between the sticks. McNamara. Wayward pass there. Warrington still under a bit of pressure in their own half. Fourth tackle for Leigh. McNamara. About 8 metres out. In centre field. Right to O'Brien. Kicks the ball through, recovered by Smith on the full, and Wigan are currently behind their own 10. Warrington. How far have we got? Are we even over the 10, or is this up to the 30? Where are we up to? We've only just made it over the 10. Out the back to Mark Sneed. Hits the belly of the ball. Now it's a cracking defensive set from Salford. Going to bounce a couple times. Recovered by... Who is that? I can't tell who that is. So Salford, with plenty of tackles left. 50 minutes gone in this game. Inside Warrington territory. Hello, Isaac. Smith with a kick down the left-hand side. And it's out on the full. Not good there from Harry Smith. So Leigh, great field position. Fresh set of 6. Leigh have got to get something soon. I think, even though they've still kind of been in the game, I've not really seen them close enough to scoring. So if they can build a bit of pressure, they've got to put something up soon. So back to the other game. Salford, 30 metres out. They get an offload for, I think that's Chan. Oh no, that's Rob, sorry. Sorry about that. So almost 51 minutes gone in the Salford game, and for me it's 49 minutes gone in the Leigh Wigan game. And a penalty for Salford. Great. So they'll equalise. That's excellent. So back to the other game. Oh, let's stay on that one. There we go. McNamara, 30 metres out. Lamb switches back to a Pape. Salford will also equalise in this game, most likely. McNamara, then to O'Brien. Looking to go out the back, but takes a carry himself up towards the 10. What's the pen count? I'm honestly not sure. Ipape left to Lamb. Then across to Niu. Niu could be in. There we go, Leigh. There we go. It's about time. It's about time. Leigh, they had some decent field position. They just needed to get over the line. They've finally done it. It's about time. There we go. Tessie Niu. And that is going to be 12 all for Salford Warrington. Excellent. Truly spectacular. I think I did tip Salford to score at least 10 points. I think. Can't remember exactly what I went with. But off the kickoff, Salford under a bit of pressure here. Williams with a big shot. Sangare is now on for Salford. Brought down on the 10. We need a good defensive set here. Decent meters there from Rob up towards the 20. So the kick from Leigh is also good. Kind of missed something then. There we go, 6-8. So I am way behind on the Leigh Wigan game because I'm watching on the Sky Sports app. So that is further behind than TV. I am watching the Salford Warrington game on TV. So kick-off in the Leigh Wigan game. Ipape recovers a ball just short of their own 20. Not sure what's going on in the other one at the moment. Not sure what's happening, so I'll stick with this one for now. Now with Ipape. Takes a carry over the 30. Bailey Hodgson with 146 metres in this game. He's looked really good. All FCO Saints, I've gone with Saints. Hughes with the next carry. Over the 40, up towards halfway. McNamara. Right to O'Brien. On the fourth tackle, kicks the ball towards the back right. Marshall having to track back. It's not going to go into touch. Recovers it in goal. And Umaila Hanley gets him wrapped up. That's excellent work. Talk your shit, Myla. Talk your shit. Well done. Well done. Switching back to the wire game. Duffy trying to get around the outside of one. Almost into touch. Very close. Stop near the touchline. 54 minutes gone. Williams now with Ratchford. 30 metres out. Ben Curry. Sees a gap. Goes into the gap. Oh, nearly had Vaughan. He was close. Just wasn't quite in his peripherals, I don't think. That's why he didn't give it. Left to Williams. Oh, and that's just gone into touch. Nice idea, but no one really wanted that. I think there was a bit of a couple of players caught in two minds over on that left edge. And that's in touch. So Warrington haven't been clean enough in possession, unfortunately. So switching back to the other game, Leigh with a fresh set of 6. Now with O'Brien, 30 metres out. Ipape takes the carry over the 30. Great chance for Leigh to take the lead. I did have them winning 20 points to 16, by the way. Now with O'Brien, out the back to Hodgson. Just gets past Marshall, but loses the ball. Why am I swearing? I mean, I haven't really said anything that bad. Unless you're talking about somebody else, I'm not sure. Oh, that was in the chat. I didn't see that. I can't speak indeed. Excellent. So there's a... Who should I go with? Let's stick with Wigan for now, because they're in the best field position. Last tackle. Out the back to Smith. Plenty of height on this one. It's going to bounce once. Eventually recovered by Hodgson. Now 15 metres out from his own try line. Now with Niu. Just left of centre field up towards the 20. I'll switch over to Warrington for a little bit. Toby King is now on. Up towards halfway. 4th tackle coming up for Warrington. Well, I've not really had a chance to read much of the chat. Thanks so much for commentary. Always goes underappreciated. Oh, thank you, Samarito. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you. I think the amount of members and donations that I get shows that people appreciate it. So that's very kind. Who do you think win in Red Devils match? I think Warrington should win if we clean things up. But we haven't been very clean for the first hour, so honestly, you never know. Salford are going to do a captain's challenge, or go for a captain's challenge. I don't know what for. Kind of missed it. I was watching the other game. I will go with this game for now. Wigan in possession on their own 10. Now with... Is that Miski? Yes, it is. I'm back from holiday. I can rejoin membership, by the way. No pressure. No rush. No worries. No worries. So, looks like... Get you that kebab money. Okay, so Leigh have possession on their own 20, now 30, up towards the 40 with Hodgson. Warrington off the back of a penalty. The challenge was unsuccessful from Salford, by the way. Warrington are now 10 metres out. Sneed. Now with Yates, up towards the 10. Coming up to 57 minutes. Ratchford at dummy half in centre field. Left to Sneed. Out the back to Wrench, trying to get around one. Wrench stopped 2 metres short of the line. There will be a point that I'm going to start getting nervous. So if we can actually score a try now, that would be excellent. Vaughan with a carry back over the 10. Stopped 5 or 6 metres out. 4th tackle for Warrington. Ratchford. Now it's Sneed. Dinks the ball through. Yates is chasing. Just put it over the dead ball line. So that's going to be a dropout from Salford. Well done, Warrington, at least putting a bit of pressure back on them. That's good signs. So now with Frankie Holton for Leigh. Hodgson on the 20. Shoots it across to Myla Hanley. He knocks it backwards. Recovered, then knocked backwards. Hanley then recovers it. All the way back to the 40. He kicks over the top on the last. 58 minutes gone in that game. Recovered by Field on the full. The Mark Goldbridge of Rugby League. He's bloody missed it. What a prat. What a prat. I thought Wire had most of their starting lineup resting. Seeing this score. Are they full strength? Aside from no Ashton, Toby King on the bench, and Walker, a few others, it's basically full strength for what we could have. Oh, Dufty. Dufty stopped 2 metres short. That's a quality tackle. Plays for Ratchford. Few metres out. Gives it to Sneed. Over onto the right-hand side. It is almost intercepted. I think that's knocked on. Not too sure. Referee says knocked on by Salford. Will you start questioning Burgess soon? I mean, I'm already questioning him a little bit. Just a little bit. The only reason why I'm not is because we've had so many injuries to deal with. Like, I want Wire fans to keep in mind that we've had a lot of injuries. Like, we've had times we've not had Hayes in there at all. Leyland was supposed to be like the go-to guy. He's been out. Sneed's had stints out. Walker's been out. Dufty's been out. Williams has been out. There was no Taylor Ray to fill in at fullback, so he's been out. So we've had a lot of injuries in the spine. Ashton's been out. So Warrington, a few metres out. Yates, now still a few metres out left of the sticks. Ratchford, on the right to Sneed. Out the back to Dufty. We've got the numbers. Please, for the love of God. Thank you. That's going to be a try for Warrington. Thank the heavens above. With every fibre of my being. Can we not shit the bed on this one, please? Thank you very much. Domo arigato. No, I don't speak Japanese, but I just know thank you in Japanese. There you go. Okay. Josh Steelis with a try, thankfully. So that's going to be 16-12 with a kick to come. Thank you, Peter. See, Warrington haven't scored enough this year for people to see the graphics, but it's nice when it does happen. Back to the other game then for now. Leigh only 2 points down. Last tackle coming up for Wigan. They'll kick from 40 metres out from the try line. Kicked towards the back left, recovered by Brand, who I think has had a good year this year. And actually a good thing for Brand, that ever since the whole Love Island appearance, because yes, Keenan Brand was on Love Island, ridiculous, but he's actually had some consistency this year. He joined Warrington a few years ago from Widnes, and barely got any game time. I think he had some minutes last year, but he's had some consistency this year, and I think he's done a good job. Sneed with the conversion. It is no good. Wait, what? Yes, I don't think I'm being ridiculous. Someone back me up on this. I'm pretty sure Keenan Brand has been on Love Island, right? I'm 99% sure he was on Love Island. Anyway, there's a kick on the last from Lamb. Miskey's underneath it, collects it on the 20. Takes it over the 30. Didn't see you as a Love Island fan, and believe me, I'm not. I ain't watching that garbage, don't worry about it. I just know he was on it. Well, I don't know, because I'm only 99% sure. So Wigan, over their own 40, now over halfway with Ellis, who loses the ball. For Giftingly, great field position with a fresh set. When am I on Love Island? It depends how much they want to pay me. And then Leigh lose possession, gifting it back to Wigan with a fresh set in good field position. And in the other game, Sneed kicks the ball over the dead ball line. So 62.5 minutes gone in the Warrington game. And Salford will get a 20-metre restart with a 7-tackle set. That is excellent. And what happened to Ashton? He was sent off for 2 weeks with a head injury, but haven't had him for like... Ashton had... What did he have? I think it was something with his knee, I'm not too sure. I think it was something with his knee. So, before I switch over, because I want to switch back to Wigan, Salford are up to their own 30 in centre field. But switching back to Wigan, Lamb wraps up Smith, only 10 metres out. So now with Farriman, in centre field with Ellis, who knocks the ball backwards. What a ridiculous knock on, he just was not concentrating at all. Farriman carries it back over the 10. So Wigan only 8 metres out. Left with Ellis. Then to field, still moving left. He dinks the ball through, but it is recovered by O'Brien. I'm not sure if he knocked the ball on. I think he's just about got it. So Leigh currently on their own 10. Chris Hill on the last tackle is going to play the ball 30 metres out. Right to Richardson. Plenty of height on this kick towards the back right. Jake Thielis is underneath it, under a bit of pressure. Knocks the ball on, and that's going to be a try for Salford. Trying to think of what to say, really. The video ref's checking it. It's been sent up as no try, and we'll find out. We'll find out. Okay, so there was a kick on the last tackle from Richardson, about 30 metres out. Let's see. So there's a few Salford players offside, but I don't think they interfere. I'm not sure what exactly was wrong with it. I think we knock on. Unless you want to check tackle in the air, I don't know. Honestly, it looked fine to me. Thielis goes up. Is he tackled in the air? He's tackled in the air. Okay. Fair enough. He's tackled in the air, so it's likely going to be no try. So I'll go back to the game for now. There's a kick through from Smith. That's an excellent kick, actually. Recovered by Hodgson inside the in-goal area. He takes it up towards his own 10. Dragged back towards the try line. Excellent work there from Wigan. About 14 minutes to go over at the Leigh Sports Village. Penalty for Warrington. Sneed will kick from about 5 metres out, and we'll start a fresh set from the 20. But Leigh with an early shift here. Charnley straight into Farriman. Bit of a collision. He's stopped near the left touchline. This team didn't struggle one bit against Hull FC, but are having a nightmare against Salford. It's what we do, Dingle. It's what we do. This is our strategy, by the way. For those that are laughing at Warrington now, this is our strategy, okay? We're an enigma, okay? You don't understand us. You can't tell what we are, who we are. Okay, that's the mind games we're playing. But as I've been yappering, just talking shit, it's a try for Ipape and Leigh take the lead. I sincerely apologise. I just completely missed that. But Leigh are in front. Well. Would you look at that? I don't know. Do I need to re-record it? I don't know. Ramaman, I've not seen you for a while. That name sounds familiar, but I feel like I've not seen you for a while. Let's have a look. So it was right to Brand. He then got an offload to Hanley. Gets past Smith. He's got support on his inside. Skips past Hodgson. Gets it to Ipape. Slides in. Underneath the sticks. Leigh. Up 10-8. With a kick to come. Mark Sneed doing some little spins on the ball. Okay, interesting. So penalty for Warrington. They're going to go for a 2-pointer to make it 18-12. So Leigh have the lead for the first time in this game. And Warrington to go up 18-12. The kick is good. I was really considering going to this game. I was really, really considering it. I'm so glad I didn't. 18-12 for Warrington. Got a bet on Harry Smith today. How's he looking? What's the bet? Just for him to score a try? Is that game management against Salford? I guess so. Well, unfortunately, Samarito, we kind of need to play smart at the moment. So the kick was also good from Leigh, so it is 12-8 in that game. I don't think Smith's going to score a try. It doesn't really look like scoring a try. It's a low-scoring game in that one. But George Williams carries the ball up towards the 40. Can he get an offload? Second tackle, about to be the third. So now with Paul Vaughan, skips past Hill, then gets an offload for Philbin. Just short of halfway. 67 minutes gone in the wire game. Williams over halfway now with Ratchford. Up to the 40, bumps off Richardson. Masters then brings him down short to 30. Now the last tackle. Les says, come on, Leigh. They're getting it done. Sneed. And a 6 again for Warrington. Now with Stone. Imagine if Stone actually scored. Salford would not be happy. King with a carry through the middle. What position is he playing at the moment? Leigh are actually in good field position right now. No, don't spoil it, Ramaman. No, don't spoil it. I haven't seen anything. The chip towards the back left for Leigh. They go up. Charnley collects it, puts the ball down. That might be a try for Leigh. Warrington with a great chance though. Philbin, 10 metres out, skipping. Takes the carry straight up. So they are going to check a potential try in the Leigh game at Warrington 5 metres out. Then they go out the back to Dufty. Nearly knocks the ball on. Launches it over the top to Josh Thulis. Just about wrapped up. Then put into touch. That's really good defensive work from Salford. That's a squashy on the pitch there. That's a squashy. Anyway, back to the Leigh game. Who's Jack Walker? He is a current Sheffield Eagles player. He used to play for Leeds Rhinos. By the way, Jack Walker won a grand final with Leeds in 2017, by the way. So, grand final winner. 1 minute for the wire match, 68 minutes and 47 seconds. So Jack Walker's played for Leeds, Bradford, Hull FC, Hull KR, and currently Sheffield Eagles. He was like 17 years old, yeah, 17 or 18. So, just seeing, is this a try for Leigh? They're taking quite a while. Comes off the head of Holton. When's the interview out? It's Sunday at 5:30. So there's a premiere on the channel, by the way, just to let you guys know. An interview with Jack Walker will be premiering on this channel on Sunday at 5:30. Okay? So make sure you come back to the channel 5:30 on Sunday for the interview. Splendid. Is it a video or text one? It's a video. Proper video interview. Back to the other game. Salford with a bit of room to run down the left-hand side. Coming up towards the final 10 minutes. I will let you know about the potential try for Leigh. We're on the last tackle. There's a bomb from Salford. It's going to bounce once. Recovered by Masters. Launches it over to the left and it's just wayward. Oh my god. 10 minutes to go in the wire game. I will play a clip from the interview, by the way. Once the games are done, it's the same clip that I played in the stream yesterday, but I'll play a clip from the interview. Right. They're still taking the time with the video ref. So, Toby King with the ball. 9.5 minutes to go. What happened with Wigan? There was a kick towards the back left. A bit of a kerfuffle. Possible knock-on towards the back left. Either from Holton or from Farrell, maybe. I can't quite tell. Or from Lamb. So I'm not too sure. I'm actually not sure. There's a penalty for Warrington. Mate, they're still checking. They can't be checking onside, offside, because they're on the contest. They've been checking it for the last 5 minutes. But Warrington, 35 metres out. Now with Paul Vaughan. Just short of 30. Can we get 30 points, please? I don't think we'll reach that, if I'm honest. Warrington, only 20 metres out. Ratchford in centre field. George Williams gets an offload. Wayward pass them with Toby King over on the right side of the field. Gets it off to Stone. He then offloads back to Toby King. He now skips past one. Almost skips past Nicarima, but he's wrapped up. Dufty hands it off to Stone. Imagine. Imagine if Stone scored. Imagine. Oh. We had a Salford player down. Connell. What's going on here? We've got 8 minutes to go in the wire game. Is that going to be a... Yes. Okay. So it's going to be a green card for Connell. No, I disagree. I don't know if that's the right call from the ref. There's a green card for Connell, so he's going to have to sit out for 2 minutes. So Salford are going to be down a man for 2 minutes. So there's a kick on the last from Warrington towards the posts. Caught. Oh, knocked on. This could be a try for Warrington. Could be a try for Ratchford. It will be checked. So Charnley was offside. Surely they would have figured that out. Hang on. Hang on. If Charnley was offside, if it was from that kick, why were they checking the contest for so long? I'm so confused about that. That makes no sense to me. It was the contest that was offside. Oh. Right. Well, that makes sense then. That's a good point. That's a very good point. Right. Whilst they're checking that one, I'll switch back to the other one. Apologies. It's now with Liu. Left to Lamb. Switches back to Frankie Holton. Up towards the 10. So, just less than 10 minutes to go now in the Leigh-Wigan game. 4-point lead for the Leopards. I think that's going to be a try for Warrington as well. But Lee, currently a metre out. Ipape goes left. Well, that's just collected by Field. Could have been a break there, but he stopped on the 20. So that's actually going to be a try for the Warrington Wolves. I would like to think I can now relax. Not that I wasn't completely and utterly calm without a single ounce of stress in the slightest. So that's going to be 24-12. Switching back to the other game. Wigan in possession on their own 30 with Dupree. Must admit, don't like Wigan. Well, honestly, Les, who does? You know, who does? Wigan fans don't like Wigan, do they? Let's face it. Winning all those bloody trophies, they're sick of them. So Wardle in possession, up towards Lee's 40. Salford also went short and they recovered the ball. Fair play. Can I get 30? I think there's enough time to probably get 30, Dingle, actually. There's probably enough time. They might do, Shaquille. They might do. Hang on. Break for Hodgson. Up towards the 40. 8 minutes to go in the Leigh Wigan game. Sorry. I had hiccups for a second then. So Leigh up towards Wigan's 40. Salford up towards Warrington's 30. Masters spins close to the 20. So about 22 metres out for Salford. It's with Rob. Now with Richardson. Switches back to Chris Hill. He takes it just short Warrington's 10. 6 minutes to go. Salford could really do with a try here. Leigh are only 20 metres out with Umaila Hanley. Salford will then go left. They'll dab the ball towards the post. It is recovered by Joe Philbin. Cleanly taken and nicely done. Switching back to Leigh in possession. It's with Lamb. Then out the back to Hodgson. On the left-hand side of the field, Charnley. Stopped near the left touchline just inside the 10. Last tackle for the Leigh Leopards. 73 minutes on the clock. Now with Lamb. Did I accidentally just press that? No, I don't think I did. It is recovered by Miskey just about, but just short of the try line, near the touchline. So a handover in that game. Let's see. Charnley kicks the ball through. I think he actually just knocked that on before he kicked it. Covered by Miskey, so there is a handover in the Leigh Wigan game with 6.5 minutes to go. Warrington also in possession as well with now 5 minutes to go. Joe Philbin with the next carry takes it over Warrington's own 20. It's going to be the last tackle for the wire. Right hand side to Williams, hits the belly of the ball. I get you, Les, I get you. And Ryan will recover this up towards Salford's own 40. Switching back to the other one. Marshall. Sorry, different bald guy. It's Farrell. Plays it on halfway. Wigan leads to golden point again. Honestly, I don't know. I've got a feeling that we're going to get a winner in 80 minutes here. Even though Wigan might score a try and miss the kick. I don't know. I just got a feeling we'll get one in 80 minutes. That's a massive hit onto Hodgson. 10 metres at all. Sorry, 6 metres out of his own line, inside the 10. That's what I was going to say. Niu, down the left-hand side, carries the ball up towards the 20. Hodgson was maybe hit in the air, I'm not too sure. Charnley takes it over the 20. Plays it for Lamb, hands it off to Holton, then up towards the 30. Switching back to the other one, there's an offload from Salford, it's just wayward. King then offloads to Dufty. I would like if Warrington could at least get one more in this. The score looks slightly more respectable for what we were hoping. But it doesn't really change the story of the game. But Thulis with another break. Go on, Josh. Go on. Go on. Oh, that's a great tackle. That is an excellent tackle from Ryan Briley. Excellent. Dufty kicks the ball cross field. Wrench is there. That is a great recovery by Ryan. Tackled in goal. Ryan Briley. Well done, lad. Josh Thulis had a break. Almost. I would appreciate if we could get to 30. He just looks a lot better on paper. But we all know what's happened, don't we? So, did Warrington have a tap? Okay, there's a bit of a kerfuffle going on in the Salford Wire game. We'll let that just simmer down for a moment whilst we switch back to Wigan. Sorry. Now we're field up towards Leigh's 40. Last tackle coming up. There's 4 minutes to go. So there's 3 minutes to go in the Salford Wire game. There's 4 minutes to go in the Leigh Wigan game. A kick on the last from Wigan. Knocked backwards from Insemba. Recovered by Niu. Still shifting. He's still moving. Niu's been so good this year. So Leigh will play the ball 35 metres out from their own try line. I think Warrington will have a fresh set right in front of the try line as well. Hanley up towards the 40. Potentially hit high there. I think he was holding his eye for a second. So, since Wire in great field position, I'll switch back to them for the moment. Paul Vaughan with the first carry of this fresh set. Alright, Joshua, thanks for stopping by, mate. So, O'Neill's not in a good way for Wigan at the moment. HIA, possibly. Ratchford is a few metres out, look for an offload, or no, he's just going to take the tackle. Come on, Halifax, indeed. Go on. Go on the facts. Curry waits at dummy half. 2.5 minutes to go. Slow play the ball from Ratchford. Is that a 6 again? Yes, it is. Sneed switches back to Yates. Bumps off one. Plays the ball to short the line. Right the sticks. Ratchford on his right to Stone. He's had a couple of boos today from the crowd. Understandable. Completely understandable. And a penalty. Don't you dare go for two. Don't you dare go for two. And a yellow from Briley. Briley has been yellow carded. Okay. Okay, fair enough. Please don't go for two. I don't think they are, which is good. Oops.
It's going to be a yellow card. I can't speak. You ballless git, Campbell. You dickhead.
There we go. Right, Paul Vaughan, 10 metres out. Make that 5 or 6. Leigh, still with the lead, but Warrington 5 metres out. Ratchford. Now it's Sneed. Cross to Williams. We've got the numbers here, I think. Dufty. Dufty is going to just bounce back up almost. The rain is coming down in both games at the moment. Almost like they're in close proximity. Williams with the next carry. Stopped about 8 metres out. Surely Warrington have to get one more try here. Surely. Wigan are going to launch the ball over towards Marshall. He stopped 5 or 6 metres out. Mark Sneed, though, on the 10. Darting. Back to his young self. Toby King to put a bit of pressure on Hankinson, but he bats the ball over the dead ball line. So a minute to go in the Salford Wire game. They are a man down. They'll just eat up as much of this clock as possible. Surely Warrington, just some points, please. For goodness sake. It's going to get to a point where Wigan chuck the ball around. I think they are now. Field up towards their own 40. Now halfway. That's a great tackle. And an offload. Well done, Hanley. Well done, Umaila Hanley. Some people have doubted him this year. Umaila Hanley has been really, really solid defensively. Hanley has been really solid this year defensively. I think it's gone unnoticed by a lot of people. But back to the other game. Vaughan tries to kick the ball through. So that is going to be full time. Two points in the bag and we'll move on to the other game, shall we? So, Leigh have a 4-point lead. They are currently 40 metres out. Ipape waits at dummy half in centre field. The slow play the ball from Hodgson. There is also a minute to go. Liu with the next carry. Thanks to all the people that wanted to see my reaction at the back end of the game. Thanks for finally showing up. I think Warrington were world class tonight. I think we did everything right. I think the referee was awful and gifted Salford 12 points. Yeah, we should have won 100-0. There you go. Clip that, posted everywhere. I'm talking shit, by the way, just to be very clear. Leigh almost in with another chance. There is 20 seconds to go. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. No. Have Leigh just secured it? Have Leigh just secured it? Have they done it? Run that one back. Run it back. Let me see that. Let me see that. Let me gander upon it. That's what we do, Kevin. That's what we do. The bare minimum. This could be game over and a win for Leigh. I did predict Leigh to win by 4, by the way. Okay, Epape doesn't touch the ball. Ben Curry got man of the match in the wire game, by the way. I don't even know who I would have picked, personally. This... I feel like this is going to be a try. Field collects the ball, then knocks on. Have they done it? Have Leigh done it? Leigh might have scored. Yes, Tracy, they might have scored. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be a try for the Leopards. They've only gone and done it. They've only gone and done it. 16-8 with a kick to come. Likely to be 18-8. The Leigh Bloody Leopards have only gone and done it. Go on. Get in. I reckon that's trumpet worthy. Well done tonight. Thank you, Trim. Thank you very much. Thanks for stopping by as well. Okay then. So that's going to be full time in both games. I don't really know. I don't really know what to say. You're more made up for Leigh than Wire? Yes. Because there's more reason to be proud of Leigh. Anyway, I said I'd play a clip from the interview, so I'm going to play a clip from the interview. So, to remind people, on Sunday at 5:30 on this channel, there will be a premiere of an interview with current Sheffield Eagles player Jack Walker. Jack Walker has also played for the Leeds Rhinos, where he won a grand final in 2017. He's also played for the Bradford Bulls, Hull FC, Hull Kingston Rovers, and, of course, currently now plays for the Sheffield Eagles in the Championship. So, I will play a clip from that. And, stop by on Sunday at 5:30 on this channel to watch the full thing. So, let's get this clip, shall we? I'm going to play it and then turn it down slightly so it's not quite as loud. But I will let the clip play and enjoy. What are some of the finer details that you've learned about being a fullback over the years? I also remember another video you mentioned about Brett Hodgson being huge for you in learning how to come out the back of shape. That was sort of how you worded it. Are there any other finer details that you've learned over the years?
Yeah, counting numbers has been big, and realizing. I know everyone always says eyes up rugby, but genuinely looking up and recognizing what player is where on the field. So sometimes you might get a middle on a short side, which is a great chance to exploit that. So yeah, looking up, counting numbers. And what you mentioned then about coming out the back of play, my timing, tempo, depth. You know, when I preview an edge, if they're a jamming team or a jamming edge, you could say, you know, where to position myself so I can execute the pass that's needed. So yeah, I would definitely say numbers, depth, and timing out the back. Dan Maguire was very good in the sense of just let me do me kind of thing and not put too much pressure on plays and where to be and like just frazzling my brain with information. I think he kind of took all that on board and just said, right, Jack, you go play and do your own thing, which worked because, there was a lot of players in the team at that time where there was offloads and, that broken play was my thing, support play, which obviously worked out for the team. So early doors, yeah, that's Dan Maguire was huge on that front of just letting me just play my own game and give me no pressure.
So there you go. There you go. Just a bit of a clip from that one. So there's plenty more in there, plenty of different things. So do come by on Sunday at 5:30 to hear the rest of it. Excellent stuff. Oh, by the way, I am one subscriber away from 9,400. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Crazy how a Warrington lone player can be allowed to play against us. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, Kevin. Personally, I don't think there's an issue with that. 'Cause the way I see it, he is a Salford player, so he should play for Salford. That's the way I see it personally. Okay, what does the rest of the chat say? Cheers to you, Tracy. Cheers to you. Would you have Paul Rowley or McNamara if Sam goes? I would. I'd have either of those. Warrington's next 5. We've got Catalans, Castleford, Leigh, Wigan, Catalans. Okay. There should be at least 3 wins in there, I think. Should be at least 3. We need at least 3, at least. Because I keep saying it. Right. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I'm not really sure what else I can say, to be honest. I'm just a little bit... I think my brain is just trying to process the fact that that's just happened. I didn't really hear anything that Sam said, so I'd have to listen to it if I can. Actually, can't really listen back to stuff on Sky Sports Plus. Right, well, I think I'm going to wrap up there. Thank you very much to those that stopped by. Yeah, I can imagine so, Kevin. I can imagine. Right then, I think we'll wrap up then. So thanks to Kevin, thanks Tracy, same to Jester, Peter, Les, up the train, Peter, Dingle, Finn, Samarito, Shaquille, Ramaman, Joshua, Alex, I think Paul was here briefly. Isaac was here briefly. Caesar was here as well. Okay. Well, folks, do stop by tomorrow. I'll be streaming Hull FC vs Saints. And then I'll be streaming Hull KR vs Leeds. There we go. On Sunday. And then after that game, there will be the interview with Jack Walker here on YouTube, which will premiere 5:30 on Sunday. So hopefully that does well. It was a great conversation. Plenty of detail. Very informative. So, yeah. Thank you very much for stopping by. Have a great rest of your weekend if I don't see you. Hopefully I'll see plenty of you tomorrow. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. Toodle pip.